bloody freezing.
It is cold.
It's cold.
Oh, did you want a blanket now?
Yeah, I'll grab one. I'll pick me own.
Do you not trust me to pick a
No.
blanket?
I don't.
Okay.
Right, what do I do? Where is it?
That's it.
That's it! Oh! Stunning.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you can pause at any point
Okay.
and we can talk about stuff.
Talk about stuff.
Stuff.
Lovely shot, that.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, this beginning bit,
Never
turn it down a
existed.
little bit.
Yeah. This changed a lot.
This changed in post-production. This was never going to be the beginning.
No.
We were going to start the beginning
At
with
the end.
with the end, like with I think it was going to be like a shot of Amelia's house with an argument that we have later on.
But just the
Like,
audio.
Yeah, playing over it.
And it goes, am I too good for you? Too sweet? Too salty? Too sour?
Nice beat.
Oh,
Nice
I'm
face. I know, thank
the
you.
fault.
Oh my god, look at my hair length.
Beg, don't
Look at
So
how
short.
how
I've gone short
and
you've
I've gone
long.
longer.
breathe me out.
That just shows how
Just
much
tell
time
me,
actually
what is your
passed.
benchmark?
Yeah.
But I'm glad of the time passing, to be
You know, I
honest.
forget who wrote it now, but
Me!
it's true.
I wrote it.
You wrote that poem. Yeah, I'm pausing it. So that poem wasn't in the original draft.
No, the beginning bit was
Completely
completely changed. Even the edit, we had, I don't know, 3-4 different edits, that like drafts of the opening that we went through,
Yeah.
because it was, I'm trying to think how it was going to be. It was literally going to alternate, wasn't it? Like,
Between
Your alarm
us and,
went off.
Yeah.
then Bitch's alarm went off, like literally
To
shot
show
by
to
shot.
show the difference
Yeah.
in a morning routine.
Yeah.
But then adding this poem as well completely changes the whole dynamic of the entire film.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess we went into this, which we didn't know at the time, without having a solid plot.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a solid plot, but I think we were trying to get the audience to follow a story without there being a proper story.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted it to become clear that they'd maybe had something going on at the end, as well as like the twist that happens at the end. There was just too many things we wanted the audience to wait for,
Yeah.
that they wouldn't.
They wouldn't have been invested in it.
Invest.
at all.
That's the word.
Invested in the characters
from
and,
the beginning.
and that relationship.
Exactly.
I think though it's the whole thing has been a massive learning curve, because
Yeah.
before this was before COVID.
Yes.
This was BC. I didn't consider myself a writer at all. It's only after COVID and having that so much spare time.
Yeah.
But I didn't consider myself a writer. I'd never thought about creating a character. I'd really put barriers up in that respect. But I'm very proud that we kind of just did it.
Yeah.
We were just like, right, we've got this idea, and how many times do you say I've got an idea and it never ever becomes a reality? And
Yeah.
we just did it, and we were learning, and we were talking about how much time has passed, but I'm really glad that it has, because it's so much better and stronger for us
Yes.
having learned things along the way.
Yeah.
And if we were to do this again now, our approach would be a lot different, I think.
A lot different. I think we'd certainly have things set in stone. Rude.
God's sake! But yeah, I think if we were to do it again, we would definitely approach it in a very different way.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's why through post-production, that actually we need to ground it in something, like in a theme,
Yeah.
which ended up being love, and that's why from the get-go, the first line is like, love isn't a game.
Yeah.
It sets the tone, I think, rather than the audience being like, what's this about?
What is going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
And I guess a little bit of a tidbit, is that the word?
A little tidbit
of information is that actually when we were writing this, we were going to play
the opposite
the
roles.
other characters, and we did like a sit down read through that was filmed. So we did it the way that we initially planned, where I was going to play Amelia and you were going to play Beatrice, and Pav, who was one of the producers and the cinematographer of the Benchmark, he was like, can we just try it like the other way around, which we hadn't even thought about.
No.
And then we ended up doing it that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay.
Lots of things happening.
Feet. Too short, and you'll never know what.
One thing I do wish is that
someone's gonna
we
get hurt.
planted more of that seed of you taking pills more in it.
I think though again that is a definite learning thing. I'm so proud of what we've created, and I think, like I said, so much has happened.
Yeah.
And we've both grown as well as creatives. That
Joan Crawford
things, things like that, we would have thought about a lot more. But the thing is, you can only get to where we are now by doing this.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, in two things. In the you can't see it on the phone, but I was that committed to not liking like my boss that in my phone I saved David, who was one of our sort of production assistants and the script supervisor, as Mrs. High Maintenance, so that when he called my phone,
it would come up.
That's
the caller ID.
And like a little Easter egg, we tried to plant little things in. So I know you can't see it, like what the title of that book says, but it says opportunity never knocks twice. As a little. See, we did think about some stuff.
We thought about some stuff, just not everything. Not the important stuff.
Love is a fire.
I feel like it's that cold, my nose is running.
Whether it is going to
Need
warm
tissue?
your hearth or burn your home,
Because there's some over there if you
you
want.
can never tell.
Hey, Tilly! Oh, we had some, just seeing Tilly on the screen there, we had some really amazing people involved.
Oh, majorly. Yeah,
Majorly.
absolutely.
And I can't believe how lucky we were that we actually did this on zero budget.
Zero budget. People just offered their time at the goodness of their heart. And location, this coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like we approached them.
Well, this coffee shop scene for me was a great deal of stress because originally it wasn't meant to be here, it was meant to be somewhere else.
Yes.
And we had planned all the shots. We planned all the shots at a different location.
Yeah.
We'd never been here before.
No.
The day of.
Yeah.
It was my dad, because I had a meltdown and I was like, hey, coffee shop. And then my dad found this place and asked him, and like, yeah, sure. But we actually didn't. We just grabbed the opportunity.
Yeah.
We hadn't set up the shots with this place in mind.
We'd got everyone's availability finally lined up. Like it was October something or other, I think. And when the other the other location fell through, like, what we're gonna do? Like, everyone's come together like at this time.
Yeah. And how often does that happen where everyone's available? So we just took the opportunity. We had an issue with the time of day as well, didn't we? Though, because there was sunlight beaming through the where I was sat right onto the and obviously
I think you can on one of the shots where it cuts, it's like an over the shoulder view towards me. You can just sort of see like a little
it was
on there,
it played,
and then the way it goes behind your hair.
Yeah, it played havoc. We really, because I remember us being like, do we need to shoot all that again? Like, but again, it was time.
Yeah.
Like we with this film, we really just used what we had.
Yes.
I think.
Even Pav says now, I would have used a different lens, or I would have like done that angle or that shot, a bit
but
different.
it all comes with learning and
and
the fact that we were just like, right, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we just had to take what we had and use it. But I think we've used it really well.
Yeah, I agree. Right, let's keep going.
Press play.
So
I actually drew in my
maybe this
book there.
I think I said one that you wouldn't mind writing in when
It's
I asked you about it.
Frankenstein. And I have 2 copies.
Make it quick. I'm running late again.
Oh, running late. Those
As
cakes that
per
were good.
usual.
I don't know if you saw, there's a guy behind salting on one of the
Salt
tapes.
guy!
He literally just wouldn't stop. He's
Salt
just
day.
and they're not even part of it. They were just like,
Yeah, the people in the cafe are actual people, aren't they?
Hi.
Yeah, he loves his salt.
Yeah, well, I only moved back a couple
do you know one of the biggest things that annoys people
What?
is when there's nothing in a cup.
How are you?
Yeah, I know.
I promise there was something in the cup.
Thank you.
I'm just
People-
really strong.
People always talk about cup weight, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it wouldn't pick that up if there was actually fluid in it.
Yeah, you can see the light coming in.
That shot, yeah.
My eyes look so green in these shots.
Yeah. I think with the colours of everything around you though as well, like
Yeah. And we did think about outfits, like costumes.
we did.
Like we always wanted
You to be a bit
A
more
duller.
Yeah.
and you
You're
to
just
have more of the
dull.
colour.
And the style as well, yours is a bit more corporate?
Yeah. Yeah, yours more quirky.
Quirky. I'm quirky.
Little smile.
Little smile. Chips.
Oh, they were disgusting.
These chips were disgusting, guys. They were gross.
They started off fine.
But I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
because obviously we're doing a few takes.
It wasn't even that it got cold and they were disgusting. They tasted.
The bottom.
awful.
I feel like maybe they'd given us the last few and then put new ones on top because as we got down to the
Yeah.
bottom. And that's the bit that my dad thinks is
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
Because Hannah's acting is so great
Oof.
that my dad thought she was being, not nasty.
In one of the first edits, that whole beginning bit
Yeah.
wasn't in there.
Oh yeah, the creeping. Creeping.
No, I think I had you creeping,
Did you have me creeping?
but I didn't, because at that point we hadn't solidified. Yes, let's like go with the love thing. Let's insinuate that something
Oh,
was
you
going
mean
on.
the bump into your ex?
Yeah,
We-
that
yeah,
it
we
was
played
too
with that line.
confusing. Like, we weren't gonna have it in there. And I think we're just gonna start it on Chip, which I don't even think
Chip.
is in there now.
Yeah,
Like, I've removed that bit and put those
Do you
back
know
in.
that again? That is another lesson that we learned is that we wrote about 10 times as much material as we shot, and then with the material that we shot against what made it into the
Yeah.
actual final edit, we
Yeah.
cut even more out then. So it's learning not to be too attached to things and knowing that things will change and that you're gonna have to lose some bits and
Mhm.
there might be something that you really really like as a piece of writing but it doesn't add to the storyline. And when you want to make a short film,
Yeah.
time is so
And pace. and-
yeah so we lost a lot of stuff that we'd written.
I mean, I think even one time we had like an additional scene
We did.
in there. I think like you were going to come out of a doctor's office or something.
Yeah,
and
we
we're like,
did.
logistically, one, how are we going to do that? And then two, like, do we need it? Like, no, we don't
need
you
it.
know.
We really cut down things.
There's
there's
three scenes really.
Yeah.
There's the coffee shop, the bench scene, and then Amelia's house. Like,
Yeah,
that's what it
it.
boils down
That's
to.
how we broke it up as well, isn't it? Though towards
Yeah.
it was like right,
Yeah.
these are the 3 sections, rather
Yeah.
than looking at it as a whole and becoming a bit overwhelmed.
And I guess that works for like when it comes to writing and editing. It's like Act 1, 2, and 3. Like it's like the arc, if you will.
Yeah.
Even though I guess the climax happens in the Amelia's.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the third act.
So we alright? Yeah, of course we are. We're beings. I think you mean Ames and B.
I can't get over how long my hair was.
Very long.
So what are you doing back up
Like
here?
a lion's mane.
From a book editor?
I actually love my hair that length.
Really, it's perfect timing.
Mhm.
I want to chop it off again, but then I have to pay for more headshots.
This is high maintenance.
Here she is.
Sorry, what were you saying? Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter.
You sure?
Are you sure?
Oh my god!
It's almost like you wrote it.
I forgot I said that.
What have you been up to? Not much.
You lie.
Big
Where
liar.
are we working now? Last thing I heard, you were applying for grad internships?
Do you know what I was doing with that coffee when I saw you? It wasn't for me. It's my boss who demands this stupid coffee from this particular coffee shop. Decaf soy, sugar-free caramel, macchiato, venti, skim and cream.
High maintenance.
Okay, soy I get, but soy and cream makes no sense.
Wait for it. Extra shot, extra hot, extra whip.
What really ended up working kind of by coincidence was the chip eating. We never. I wanted it to be kind of marked in the script where we ate, but we kind of just did it where it felt natural.
Yeah, but then continuity-wise,
exactly, that's what I was worried about. And I think for the most part, there is continuity in the change of angles. And
I tried to remember
Yes.
when I'd
same. Eaten a chip.
when I'd eaten a chip, and I think a lot of the time I just had a chip in my hand because I was like,
Yeah,
if I have a
that's
chip
true.
in my hand,
was just
you were just shoveling them down.
I'm gonna have to. I think the blooper might already be out there, you know, but of where I'm like, we've got to stop. This chip is disgusting. Like we were mid-take. I was like,
I've had in offices and retail before I landed this. Honestly, it's ridiculous. You just have to remain positive.
I kind of forgot you were wearing that scarf.
Yeah, I know.
I lost that scarf and I'm really upset because my auntie made me that.
Not something needed for me.
I know.
Oh, come on.
I've had issues with work too.
Oh, Beatrice.
Bloody hell.
Hi, Susan.
Susan.
Susan. She's got a name.
Mm-hmm.
Lily.
A voice change.
Really? Do you know,
And are you sure no one
I've been in situations like that though.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
It's crazy how much we let our phones.
It's so rude.
You're just rude.
Like you didn't say goodbye.
Didn't even say goodbye.
Do you see through the letter there? Do you see what was in that top room? Here's where I wish you were taking another pill, like another tablet.
Yeah.
NHS. Remember that.
Wine. It's cheap, but it'll do the job. And I thought we could have some.
Do you notice it says half price of flowers?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I plan on giving them to your next door neighbour, but they don't appear to be in
I
the
love your
house.
smile there.
Yeah, I guess you can have them.
It's like I wasn't even acting right.
I've still got lots of thought.
A bit of an ode to your dungarees that you wore in the coffee shop.
Yes.
Still very plain, like dark,
You're
but
mirroring slightly, aren't you now?
Mhm.
Where are you?
I say way too many times in this.
Good question. Could be anywhere.
No, okay.
My jumper
we can
says
just use
living the
mugs or
dream.
suck it from the bottle?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you're funny.
I thought I just said suck it from the bottle as opposed to swig it.
Suck it from the bottle. I love the lighting in this shot.
This is a big glass of
That's a
never
big bloody
ending.
glass.
You know, your issue is you're too organised and too logical, and you never give yourself chill time.
And your issue is
There's
you're
Ben.
a
Yeah.
organisation. You don't go about things logically, and you don't.
Sorry, Mark.
follow
He's
the-
the dick.
Mark, it's not made the cut.
Now, you're not letting go. When
I know we haven't talked about it, but in the coffee shop scene, we were sort of gifted the music by an amazing band called Veins, and then now this band's called Pylon Heights,
Right this second, you're not fully relaxed.
an amazing song called Arizona.
Right, tell you what. Here, go on, take a swig. No. No mugs. Just one mouthful, your lips hardly have to touch it. No. See? What? You can't let it go.
Yes, I can.
Can't.
Yes, I can.
Nope.
Fine. Oh, I hate you. No, you don't.
I think that wasn't in the script, that was improv.
That was improv. There are moments of improv. This took me forever to do. Can I please get a pizza, please?
That photo,
I love
the
focus
pull.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you, when you were talking about the pizza, you were asking for like, I think you meant like 9 East meat, like, rather than inch.
I made a right hash of it, didn't I?
I think it's like 9-inch meat.
Please.
But that photo that it focus pulls to
we'd just been on holiday to Ibiza.
We
didn't even know what you're doing now. We didn't even party like at all.
No, we didn't.
And so
we found bakeries, didn't we?
Yeah, we went on an amazing boat trip. Like that was our holiday.
That was good.
So yeah, that was a photo that we used. That was from the boat trip in Ibiza. But you'd never know.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. See you then.
Bye.
They said between 45 minutes to an hour.
That was all improvised.
Was it?
Sure.
3 years ago.
Or bits of it was.
Yesterday, but at the same time it doesn't.
I don't know.
This is one thing that I'm like,
Yeah, time moves really
I worry about is the audience understanding the time frame that it's been.
Yeah.
Because I say 3 years now, then a bit later on, I say 6 years, which is true because it's been 6 years since
The start
I met
of,
you.
Yeah, the start
But
of
3 years
university.
since that photo, which is graduation. You know, there's all these different time frames that are like talked about.
But I think I think there's a danger though, and I felt this when writing, a danger of spoon feeding the audience.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, are they going to understand that? Are they going to get this? Are they going to understand? And then you end up literally.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to give an audience a bit more credit to interpret it.
Yeah,
but I do understand the time frame thing, your concerns.
God, you know, that means it will have been 6 years
there we go.
since you came and sat next to me in our first uni lecture.
Oh yeah, how to succeed in business.
God, I was so nervous. Everyone looked so prepared and, well, business-like.
Ames, you had 2 pads of paper, 1 lined, 1 plain, 3 black pens, 2 blue pens, and a highlighter, all neatly laid out on your desk. I think you were prepared.
You forgot about the HP pencils and scientific calculator.
You know, I knew there was a reason I was drawn to you, so you could be my very own personal pencil case.
Oh, right, I see how it is.
We were inseparable from that moment on. What was the lecturer's name? Mr. Needs a beer trim, please wear deodorant.
You mean Philip Brooks?
Yeah, no, that's the one.
I actually don't like how I did
I
that.
actually really liked him. I found him.
What, the delivery of the line?
Yeah.
There's lots of things that because we're so self-critical though, and I think as well for myself,
Whatever you say.
because we literally did
This is a great
a lot of different
Yeah.
roles. So writing, producing, organising, all these different things.
And then
The
Connor
actual
and Beth,
being
Joe and
able
Beth,
to spend time on a character,
Yeah.
which is normally the forefront of my mind,
Mm-hmm.
kind of went down the list a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's bits that I wish I would have spent a bit more time on and developed a bit more.
Yeah.
But that's because we're so self-critical and because we were doing
and
so
Yeah.
many other roles within the
oh,
film.
that's what happened.
We couldn't just focus on, right, this is the character and this is
Yeah.
these are my lines.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Bet you do.
Me. I really don't think we should be doing this right now.
I remember the dance music because shit is about to go down.
Seriously, B, I can't.
What
We
happened?
choreographed this
To a
in
different-
Ibiza
To a different song.
to Come On Eileen.
Well, I don't think I've been enough to drink to be doing that.
Yeah. And then it changed to
Call Me
Call
by
Me,
Blondie, which
Blondie.
we got a band to
Cover.
cover, but still couldn't get the copyright for it, even though it was a cover. So this was one of the hardest. Edit.
because we'd done it to a completely different
Yeah.
song and the timing and stuff.
Yeah.
You've done really well here.
I think I had to cut certain bits out because this becomes like a montagey section, which
Yeah.
Pav hates. He was like,
That's
why
Pav.
do you need the dance bit? Why are you doing a dance? He just never quite understood and grasped that idea. But look, like, see, Amelia, you know, she's coming out of his shell. This is like her now. She's being
Yeah.
comfortable.
Pizza!
I just wrote random stuff on them.
Flowers.
Do you know what I say here? The problem is when they've got one bobble.
Can't do little bunches.
Oh, this is the bit I don't like. I was so whiny when I said that and purposefully
kept it silent so you didn't hear what I said.
What did you say?
No, why would you bring her into it? That's not fair. Because it said Mrs. High Maintenance.
That's not fair.
No. I can't be here right now.
Broke my
No,
heart.
not again.
Do you know, right, this kiss, the edit, oh my god, to edit this, every time it was going up to it, I was like, oh my god, I don't want to flipping watch myself kiss for like the 100th time. We did it, we
Did it get any better watching it? Did you become like
immune to,
Yeah.
To be fair, by the end of it, I was like, right, okay, it's coming up, it's fine, okay, whatever. But what I would do, when I was like kind of scrubbing through and sort of seeing, so I'd go, like quickly, just quickly go past it. It's just so weird to watch yourself kiss.
Yeah, no, the weirdest thing was when we played it for my parents.
Yeah.
He was sat in our living room being like,
I hid under my jumper.
Hannah literally went,
I couldn't cope. But we did 3 takes of it. I don't know if we did we do different angles? That was hard as well because I edited it. I had to like really carefully and painstakingly watch.
look at every single
like
frame.
the angles and like if I think of what I don't know if we did it just straight on.
I think we just did it straight on, but kind of different.
I remember when we were filming it, right? I mean, I think maybe in the tape that I've used, you can see my nervous gulp that I do, like when we're about to kiss. But there's, I think on the second take, we went the opposite way. So I said, we need to do it again, because then for continuity or whatever, like it wouldn't.
I just need to kiss you again.
But
I don't blame you.
The way it was written was different to how we shot it, and I think it's one of those things that I would have liked to have done, not just
again.
to kiss you more, that I would have liked to have done different types, if that, like different, I don't know what the word is. So what I think maybe I wanted to happen was, like Beatrice has just kind of got you to this comfortableness, kind of out your shell a bit more, and like back to how they kind of were with each other at university and stuff. Like your like barriers and kind of come down a little. Your walls have broken down a little bit, like in this whole montage and stuff. That it's taken us back to the partying of graduation night. You know, that kind of that feeling,
memory.
Yeah, that I kind of wanted it to be more of a. Used like literally to grab me, like I'd put my drink down or something, and then rather than it being a joint decision, to you just do it. Still have that like quick moment come apart, and then they both decide to go to carry on before you then say I love you, Beatrice. Yeah. But rather than it being like close, I
guess that'd be different. It would be different ways of instigating it that would actually bring out different.
Yeah.
Originally, we were going to have a club scene.
We were
going to have a flashback.
Oh my god, yeah! I completely forgot about that.
We were actually going to have a flashback.
I think, wasn't it in that moment, it was going to go, and then to the... I forgot about that.
Memory. It was going to go...
If that's, where it flipped back to that same moment in the club.
Yeah.
When it happened.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still recording? Just double check.
Yeah, 32 minutes.
Bloody
for a 92-minute film.
Jesus, you don't have to go on. Right.
Ames, what's this? Amelia, what is this?
This is the one scene
Amelia,
I think we were both the least prepared for.
Amelia, please just tell me what's going on. You have to go through other people's posts. Don't give me that.
This was a
Just
stressful
tell
day.
me.
It was.
It was a long day.
It was a long day.
Fine.
We finished at like midnight,
Do you
right?
miss parts? Your referral to the
I said stop.
I also wish I'd say more there to be a bit clearer.
As to what it is, yeah.
Of course it's true.
Oh, look at your eyes getting watery.
No. This isn't allowed. This is not supposed to be happening. No. Well, this has clearly been going on for a long time. Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't want to. But we only just saw each other again 2 weeks ago, for God's sake.
6 years of friendship.
You know what? I did try and tell you. But then your boss rang and you went off on one about how your life is shit than everyone
I
else's.
got a bit up
and then you
there
got
too
left.
about
You left me.
It's my
something.
fault. I clearly am.
What part of the script?
Don't make this
Yeah,
I'm not.
about like what happened on the bench.
Please, just let me
I
speak.
cut something
Let
out.
me speak for 1 second. This isn't about you, for once.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it, that you can still see
For
living
once,
the
this is
dream.
about me.
Living the dream,
It's not
baby.
me. I'm not saying that it isn't, but
No, baby.
I think that audio was actually from a different take.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Because
That is amazing! That is the most, we've just paused it on a, wonderful shot.
what was I saying? You distracted me now. What was I going to say?
About the audio.
Oh, because we did like loads of takes of this from different angles and stuff. I don't think it was ever the same each time we did it, because there's a lot of like,
No.
when you say one word several times, you forget like what's like Ames, what's this, what do you know, it's kind of very
Yeah,
similar.
and
you
it was
you
very
jump
much
about.
like, I mean, you said we were underprepared, but I think for a scene like this as well, it's good not to be over prepared.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I just want to be I wanted to feel more
bit
on
more,
book for
yeah.
this specific, especially when it's the height of it, you know, it's kind of
Yeah.
all coming out now, that I wanted to know it more.
Yeah, I
The-
get that.
There was never, when I tried to then use the over the shoulder shot, you know, of
Continuity
of me,
isn't it, as well?
I never responded in the same place
bit.
to you, like with the correct thing
Yeah.
or whatever, so I had to, which is why you don't cut to me as often.
Yeah, I think as well. From before doing this, I'd had done acting for camera classes.
You've done
and
acting
stuff.
before?
I have acted before this, you know.
Can't tell. Continue.
I'd done a lot of theatre,
Yes.
and it's a very different thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, just being in the moment and feeling what I was feeling in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
not taking into account the fact that every time it was different, and that would make your job hella a lot harder. I don't know how you managed to.
Me? Why are you saying it's
Your
me?
job that would make your job
That's what I mean.
as-
Why do you think it's harder for me?
as an editor,
Oh, as an editor. Yeah.
not as an actor, as an
You
editor.
made my job there.
I made your job hard.
Mm.
But I would have never known that was
That's
all
not.
over.
That was for both of us, for the scene, not just you, because we both did it differently.
Yeah.
We both made it difficult for me.
For you.
Yeah. Okay. I
So
see
you had
where
the
you're
part
coming
to
from.
play in it.
Yeah. I know that. Like, I think Pav was like, once more. You know, after
It
we'd
was
done a
hard.
thing, and
I
you,
couldn't do it.
you looked at me, and I saw it in your eyes, and I was like, right, yeah, one last time,
Yeah.
and then you know that.
Because scenes like that takes a like, despite, you know, being like safe with everything, it's just exhausting.
Yeah, emotionally.
And I thought, and as well, I think sometimes it's knowing when to stop. I'm glad we did do another take, but
Yeah.
knowing when you've got it. But then from my point of view, I was like, okay, no, we've got it. But from the other side of the camera, maybe they hadn't have.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I get that. And this was the last. Wasn't this the last shot?
This was
Like
the
the
last ever.
You know, part of Amelia's house that we
Yeah,
filmed, and
it
it was
was.
like, you know, 10:30
It
at
was
night or something.
really long. We should have probably split that into 2 days as well. But
Yeah.
again, people being available and stuff.
Oh yeah, this was David and Elaine's house that they so graciously let us use.
Quit. Yeah, go and quit your job, because you're clearly not happy there. Go and travel the world and explore and make new friends.
Again, we had another beautiful piece of music, a cover of Grow by Francis, it was covered by Hannah Goodall. And again, we couldn't get the copyright, but
So in the end we settled on this instrumental, but yeah, that song was
really we used music a lot in the writing of it.
yes.
It meant a lot to us, and I think that's what I found quite hard, is that the music and the choice of music
Yeah.
was very important to us, and then not being able to sort out copyright.
Yeah.
We had
frustrating.
to, it was frustrating, but I still think, you know, we get
Come
a
here.
similar, hey! We still get a similar kind of vibe. Is that Pizza Express?
I don't even know. Who's it gonna be?
We had to redo this tape because we'd filmed this out of chronological order.
We had him.
So we filmed this before we filmed the other
Yeah.
scene, and I'd opened the door looking too fresh.
Yeah.
So we'd filmed that sort of moment afterwards, and Pav was like, this isn't going to continuity, why?
Yeah.
So I had to like compose myself a little bit.
Yeah. See, opening shot.
Parks.
That's
Sorry
the
I can't
beginning.
take a call right now, but if you leave me a name, number, and a little message, I'll get back to you when I can.
In post, yeah, I changed what I was gonna say as well. Like, this isn't what was in the script.
You're not going to answer. I started a new job again. But I am now the business
Okay.
manager's assistant at this tech company. Well, actually,
This is
I'm
cute.
the assistant's assistant. But I'm a lot happier. You know that funny feeling in the pit of your stomach? It's like butterflies, but way more intense.
The mustard hat, a little homage to your mustard jumper.
Because it's easier to run away than face the truth of those feelings.
My hair's a bit shorter there. I did have a haircut.
Amelia, you gave me those butterfly feelings.
Do you see that tear fall off my face in there?
Sorry.
Except I felt it in my heart.
Squished it
too.
out.
I was acting. I have to squish it out. Look, I'm crying.
Look at your nose. Aww.
And caring and had
Oh, my
way
chin's
more
going.
patience with me than you should have.
Oh, she's not on the bench with me.
I wish I'd told you these things years ago.
Took us ages to get that last shot of you on the bench because we wanted the time to have passed.
You weren't there. Or you mean just in
And
general?
then you weren't there. No, I mean like in general, because we were waiting for the
Oh, that
season
line.
to
I'm gonna
change.
stop there.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, we filmed in October of 2019,
Mm-hmm.
but we pretended it was earlier.
Pretended.
It was like spring, I think we pretended, didn't
Yeah.
we? That then what we wanted to happen was like in December for it to snow, so that it would be, you'd literally
Clear change,
see
yeah.
as if like it had been sort of 6 months or whatever.
But it didn't.
It didn't happen. And then we know what happened in 2020. And then we thought, actually, let's just try and not wait for snow again, because goodness knows if it's going to happen. So we did it in, I think, October of 2020.
Yeah.
Which, even though it was filmed a year apart, it was more autumnal in 2020 than it was when we filmed in like the same month the previous year.
You changed the script here, and you didn't tell me until you sent me the edit.
Really?
You didn't tell me this last bit until you sent me the final edit,
Oh.
and I cried.
Yeah. The
'Cause you
people,
changed
I've shown
it.
it to a few people, and that last line either gets a, oh, like they didn't expect it, or they look at me and they're like
Aww.
crying. Let's just
Yeah,
go back a
I
little bit.
think you'd done it and just done it, and it's beautiful. But
Yeah,
I remember being like,
Yeah, right.
It's easier to run away than face the truth of those feelings. Amelia, you gave me those butterfly feelings. Like, all the time. Except I felt it in my heart, too. You were strong
That was a blooper.
and beautiful and kind and caring and had way more patience with me than you should have. I wish I'd told you these things years ago. I love you too. I will always love you. Save me a seat up there.
I'm getting emotional. Oh, and then the music. Dan, who was our aerial photographer, did such an amazing job. Yeah, I really specifically asked, keep turning, I don't want houses, keep going before you start travelling away. And then, but in his defence, it was windy.
That were really good.
It was. I want to know who the actor is that plays Amelia.
What's he been in before? Was he in anything else?
Yeah. So that was just like a bit of a commentary, I guess, on what have we? I can't remember what we've really talked about.
I just our thoughts watching it back, I guess.
Yeah. It is interesting to kind of unpack it, especially because it's been so long.
Yeah. Seen it like that though, I'm very, very proud.
Oh, I'm so proud. But I'm not proud as in full stop.
I'm not proud.
I genuinely really like
proud of it
as a piece, you know, as a short film.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm glad you agree. Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. It's nice to be here. And that's that.
It is. It's come up as a... Shall we watch the Queen pulling out a
What was it come up with? 10 billion streams, whatever this is. Golden buzzer.
Uh-huh. Oh, let's do big makeup mistakes to avoid. You need that.
That don't...
You need to do some fixing.
Crime scene do not cross.
Oh my god, what a mixture of stuff.
How a murdered her best friend and almost got away with it, so think on.
Right, I'm calling it quits.
Think on.